Hello and welcome to Network News. Today I'm bringing you yet another update on the government's ongoing nationalisation plans, because, as of the 12th of October, Greater Anglia has officially been nationalised, becoming the latest operator to have been brought under public control by the government's new legislation which aims to unite track and train under a single organisation called Great British Railways. It was one of the key pledges of this government, and upon their coming into power in July last year, 4 operators had already been nationalised by the previous government under the operator of last resort, these being LNER, Northern, TransPennine Express and South Eastern. This left most franchises remaining in private hands, which is why in November 2024 the government passed the Passenger Railway Services Public Ownership Act to bring operators back into public hands as their franchises expire. So far, we've seen South Western Railway taken over on the 25th of May and C2C taken over on the 20th of July. Now, Greater Anglia has joined them, becoming the third operator to be nationalised under this legislation, with its takeover meaning that almost 50% of the services that will eventually fall under GBR's remit have already been taken over. Secretary of State for Transport Heidi Alexander said, "From this Sunday, passengers commuting into Norwich or heading for a day out in Cambridge will be travelling on services that are owned by the public and run with their interests front of mind. We're reforming a fragmented system and laying the foundations for a more reliable, efficient and accountable railway, one that puts passengers first and delivers the high standards they rightly expect." Greater Anglia is generally considered to be one of the better franchises out there, with its achievements including the replacement of the entirety of its fleet with new Stadler Flirt and Alstom Ventra trains, as well as having extremely high reliability, with 93.9% of trains arriving within 3 minutes of their scheduled time. The government has said it's keen to build on this success and that it'll be used as a benchmark for other operators to share best practice and drive up standards across the network as a whole. A key objective of GBR is to provide integration between track and train, and even though GBR as an organisation is still yet to be established, this is already happening on a smaller scale with South Eastern, where Steve White has been put in charge of a new organisation called South Eastern Railway, 3 words, which aims to coordinate South Eastern Trains, the operator, and Network Rail, the infrastructure maintainer. It's hoped that a similar structure can be established in the Anglia region, with Jamie Bowles named as the Integrated Managing Director to, quote, identify opportunities for track and train join-up and establish a unified single executive leadership team bringing together Network Rail Anglia, C2C and Greater Anglia across the eastern region. As has happened when other operators were nationalised, a Greater Anglia train has been decorated with a new Coming Soon logo, advertising the operator's future role as part of Great British Railways. Looking ahead, in the past few weeks the Transport Secretary has set out GBR's next steps heading into the future. The West Midlands Trains franchise, which is responsible for the sub-brands London North Western Railway and West Midlands Railway, will be nationalised on the 1st of February 2026, while Scovia Thameslink Railway, which is responsible for the sub-brands of Southern, Gatwick Express, Great Northern and Thameslink, will be nationalised on the 31st of May. This means that by the middle of next year, 8 in 10 passenger rail journeys will be under public ownership. These will then be followed by Chiltern Railways and GWR, before all remaining operators are eventually taken over by the end of 2027 and integrated into Great British Railways. Speaking of which, legislation to actually establish the structure for GBR is expected to be introduced sometime this autumn, so keep an eye out for that, as it'll have a big impact on the structure of the railway industry going forwards. A consultation document into what this bill aims to achieve was released a while ago, and whilst it's likely that some changes will have been made to it since then, it's still our best indicator as to what GBR's final form will eventually end up looking like. So if you want to know about that in more detail, then check out this video I made about it at the time. But what are your thoughts on Greater Anglia's takeover? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to Network News for more updates like this, and until next time, thanks for watching.